Hi YouTube, and right now I'm actually working on a sculpture. I'm finishing up the last sculpture I did in the last video I made, which is, I made this yesterday. It's like, it's a tobacco bong. Not to say you couldn't use it for other things. I do not advocate for that. In fact, I say that's not something that I would advocate for. I'd say quite the opposite. Finishing up the sculpture though. So, the issue that I'm having right now is that when I made this, I didn't really have like an internal, I guess you could say, part. It's so when I made this, the inside part of the sculpture, there's really no buffer between the part where the water goes or where the smoke or whatever you're inhaling goes and the outside of the log that the dragon's on. And that's something I think I'm actually going to change in my sculptures from now on. But the reason that's a problem, there's actually several reasons it's a problem. One is cleaning this thing is going to be a bitch. And if you smoke any kind of tobacco product, you know that, it's like cleaning a tobacco pipe can get kind of grimy. So the other issue is that this is porcelain because I ran out of white stoneware. And working with porcelain's a pain in the ass. But the problem is that porcelain cracks when it dries because porcelain shrinks a lot more than stoneware does. When it shrinks and it cracks, you get cracks in it, and then it doesn't work correctly. The problem with functional artwork is that sometimes, and I see this a lot, some people actually like sacrifice the look for the functionality. I try not to do that. I try to keep it both functional and looking good. And that's just a pain in the ass. So right now what I'm going to do is basically search for any cracks in the sculpture so that I can mend them. Also, another thing I'm doing is taking out the supports so I don't fire the sculpture with these mini clay supports in it. I've done that before. I did this dragon where I had a support under the neck. I think I told this story before, but I had a support under the neck, and it was like it looked like a girder, or it looked real stupid when it was done because there's a giant clay thing under the neck, and it looked like the dragon had some kind of neck infection, and I had to drill it out with a Dremel, and it was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done. The sculpture broke in the end, and I kind of broke down crying. I was a little kid back then. I was a wee little girl. Yeah, kind of. I was never little, but yeah. Oh, whoops. That's not supposed to happen. Okay. Oh, shit. That's not. Yeah, it's just problematic. I should have put, like... The thing is that you're supposed to put a screen on this part. Shit. Okay, I'm going to clog this up. Make sure that... for my one viewer, is my chat... can you hear me? Hello? Hold on. I'm going to check my other video and make sure the audio is not shit. Excuse my language, by the way.
You like sculptures? Do you like...
Oh, God, I hate the way my voice sounds. It makes me want to, I don't know, rip someone's face off or something really profane like that. Nope, it's still coming from here. I have to clog this up to test it, and that's really difficult to do. I think the issue is that if I lift it up because it's not dried enough. Shit. So I left this here because I wanted it to dry before I worked on it anymore, so I can lift it up and test the bottom and see if the bottom's foolproof yet. I mean, if it has to be hard enough to be able to lift up, it's a problem. And glazing it doesn't cover the holes either. I've done that on pieces, and that's always a pain in the ass. Oh, God. And then if it shrinks when it dries, you have all these issues. This is why I hate porcelain. Okay, I'm just going to work on this thing later. Oh, you're just such a cute little dragon, aren't you? Okay, where am I going to put her? Right? Nope. Nope. I got to put her somewhere it doesn't get damaged. I do martial arts in my apartment, too, so, you know, a stray foot or fist, usually a foot, sometimes can end up in sculptures, which is just about the worst thing in the world. Okay. My next sculpture I'm going to work on is going to be a log. Pew! Oh, wait, if the table vibrates, that can get damaged. Oh, this is why porcelain's a pain in the ass. If you know what you're doing, the sculpture is sturdy. Ouch! Ouch! Fuck! Oh. My setup's not very good here. Okay, what am I gonna do today? Take out Fred. Everybody say hi to Fred. I realize that I probably appear to be completely and utterly insane right now, but this is Fred. Fred keeps me safe in my apartment here in New Jersey because we have a few local lunatics running around bashing people's mailboxes in. It's not very pleasant, so I always keep Fred around because I don't like guns. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to do some more sculptures today because now my dragon's safe. What should we do today? We're probably going to do another pipe or another functional art piece. Let's see. Inspiration is always a difficult thing to find. We've got our porcelain here, our treated stoneware, and yes. Take my other knife. And, oh shit, I did not mean to cut the bag. I like these bags because they're, what do you call it? Like, you know, they're waterproof. So you can have clay in here for several months and it doesn't dry. These are just the bags to get the clay in. Gotta put this somewhere. Oh, you can't store clay sculptures in sandwich bags. Because what happens if you store a clay sculpture in a sandwich bag is those are semi-permeables. And, like, your stuff could leak out. This is a Rio, by the way. I name all my knives. No, I'm not insane. I'm just bored. And yes, there is nail polish on this one. And yes, this is primarily used for sculpting. Don't want it to get rusty because this is actually a really expensive one. It's good for carving too. Really good for carving. Okay, what are we going to do today? Today, we're going to do a toidle. I hope you like toidles. If you pronounce it turtle, screw you. I'm from New Jersey. So in New Jersey, you pronounce it toidle because that's the proper way to pronounce it. Thank you very much. Okay. What you want to do when you do... Ouch. I have a wound on my hand, but whatever. What you want to do when you make a toidle... Hold on. I'm having issues with my screen. I have to get a new screen. I have to get a new setup. This thing's giving me conniptions. What you... I am so sorry. Okay, that should work. My screen keeps on shutting off because it's old. Oh, leaf side change. Oh, come on. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this video. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, this is real shitty. Okay, so what? Oh my God. You don't see this, but what happens is the screen keeps on turning off, and it's making me not able to do this video because I can't see if you can see what I'm doing. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Oh, come on. Really? Really? I am so sorry. Oh my God. I am so sorry if you're watching this and you have to deal with me screaming at my screen right now. This is just frustrating. Okay. What you want to do when you make a turtle, first thing you want to do is make a ball of clay. So we're doing that. We're going to roll up a nice ball of clay. It doesn't have to be perfectly circular. It just has to look like a ball of clay because it is a ball of clay. And if you have a wire tool, what you're going to want to do after you have the ball of clay, is you're going to want to squash it. What I like to do is oh God, stupid freaking screen. What I like to do is I like to take the ball of clay like this, and then I like to smack it on the thingy like that. The thingy, hold on. Maybe it's a connection to the computer, or it's just a bad HDMI cord. Ugh. Okay, I hope that works. You're gonna want to slap it down like that. I'm gonna do like an official video on this too. Throw it against the playboard, just like that. Oh, that's so much better, isn't it? Okay, even though it's a little overexposed, like that. And it's too thin. Okay, so what you're gonna do after this, actually, I cut this too thin, is you're then gonna want to cut it in half. Reason being is that one half is the bottom of the shell, other half is the top of the shell. You're gonna want the top of the shell to be larger than the bottom half of the shell. Reason being is because the top half of the shell is more dome than the bottom half of the shell. And to get that dome, you need more clay. I suggest a wire tool. I just use a knife because I'm a psycho. I mean, it also is a cleaner cut with a wire tool. This is just a demonstration, I guess. But, yay! You got a circle. I mean, there's like so many different ways to do this. There's never just one way to skin a rabbit. I think that's a saying. I like that saying because I like eating rabbits. Yeah. And then you got the basic bottom of your turtle. Yes. Ouch. My hands hurt because I was doing boxing today. That's from boxing. It's not bad, I just don't want clay getting in it. And then you bend the edge up a little bit, just like that. That's what I like to do, is just bend the edge up. And then I press it into the, oh, that's weird. Whoops. Oh, and the porcelain's already drying. That's why you gotta keep your clay moist. I don't have any water nearby, so I guess we'll just lick it. Yes, I just did that. Probably not very sanitary, but this is going in a kiln at, first, what, 18,000 degrees Fahrenheit? 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit, and then it's going to go in the kiln again at 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit. So it doesn't matter if you lick it or not. Although for you, maybe it's a little unsanitary, but I'm pretty sure porcelain's cured heavily. Although there could be some mold spores growing in it. This problem I have with some of my sculptures is if I leave them out too long, if I don't work on them, I get mold on them. That gives me intense conniptions because I have some sculptures that I spend a long time working on. Mother Nature's a bitch. So, okay. Then what you're going to want to do, probably didn't see because I don't know, you're looking at something else. Take your palm, press the top shell part into your palm. Because your palm creates what's going to be the shell, like that. And then what I like to do is just stretch it a little bit because to make it more domish and look more like a turtle does. And then after I do that, because these edges are supposed to be even, because I didn't cut it right or not, probably just gonna, gift this to somebody because I gift all my faulty sculptures to people I don't like. I'm kidding. I give my faulty sculptures to people I do like, and they don't realize they're faulty. I am such an asshole sometimes. Okay. Yes, take the edge of your thumb and press it in, just like that. And these are all like simple, just walk it along like that. Just stroll it around along. Don't jaywalk it or anything like that. I don't know. Have you ever seen somebody get arrested for a jaywalking ticket? If you have, post in the comments. I've never seen that in my life, but I've heard of it, which is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, you got a nice, very sloppy dome shell. My hands are probably too sore from all the martial arts I did today. I gotta be more careful about that. Okay. The other thing I like to do, press here and here. Because the head's going to go at this end, and the butt and the tail and all that nice stuff is going to go at this end. Snapping turtles actually have spikes in their backs. Forget why. Snapping turtles are fascinating creatures. Their heads are, their necks are really long, really muscular, and oh my god, they snap around pretty quickly. Like snapping turtles can bite halfway down the shell. So if you find a snapping turtle, don't pick it up unless you can pick it up by the way, but actually just don't pick it up in general. Probably a bad idea. It can probably snap your finger right in half, so don't piss off a snapping turtle. Okay, and then what I like to do is I actually like to test it first. So I'll just lay it on top of the other part of the turtle. I hope you can see that. Like that. And just see if it's, layered right. It doesn't, the shell, especially the shell, doesn't have to be perfect. Because one of the things I do, and one of the things that I hope you're going to do if you do this, is I wait for it to dry and I wait for the shell to be leather hard. And then I carve it. And I carve designs into the shell. And that's really nice because after you have that part of the turtle done, what you can do is you can take like a sponge or something, put some underglaze into it and rub it on. And then it just gets into the cracks and just rub it off and it'll stay in the cracks. I like to use a black underglaze for that. It looks pretty good actually. And then if you can use an overglaze too, but it looks pretty good even just like that. With stoneware too. Okay. So this, buddy, because I am lazy, is going to be a sea turtle. And if you know anything about sea turtles, they have flippers. Cramps. That's embarrassing. I just ignore anything I'm saying to myself. Yeah, they have flippers. They have nice flippers. I just pull it out like this, Another thing you could do is not have the turtle shell attached to the turtle, and you can have it like a jewelry box if you build like a like a circular part of the inside. What I do actually is I usually just put the actually I'd probably just end this video here. Completely honest. I mean, if you know how to make a turtle flipper, if you don't know how to make a turtle flipper, and you're trying to be an artist, or I don't know, it's just really easy to make a turtle flipper in the head of a turtle. I just, I slip and score and then put it on the sculpture here. It's that easy. But yeah, I usually do these kinds of flippers too. Sometimes I carve like scales onto the turtle, stuff like that. Or not scales or whatever the turtles have. Oh, why do dragons have scales? That's a big question. Because the thing with like turtles and lizards and that kind of stuff is they don't have scales. They have skin. They have like this rough skin that sheds off. So isn't that what dragons would have? Especially because in a lot of cultures, dragons came from dinosaurs. Don't judge me. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just gonna push it down there like that. I'm probably gonna use a sculpture for archery or knife throwing practice, by the way. So look forward to that in a video. Maybe I'll use it for old good. I forgot what I named her. Could be him too. Freddie? Fiera. That's pretty. Well, I guess that's a wrap for tonight, guys. Bye.